It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to jump in the gigantic Sharp Interactive board, and we're going to go through Kyocera's first 9 months of their FY24. And folks, the numbers that Kyocera consistently puts out are great numbers. They're a company that really understands fiduciary responsibility, understands how to manage with discipline and deliver profit. You got to have profit. Folks, you got to have profit, regardless of those of you that believe that the industry in its greatest decline ever can maintain, can diversify, can transition, all while not making any money. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. So Kyocera, congratulations on your numbers. So without any further ado, let's jump on the gigantic Sharp Interactive board and go through the presentation. Top line revenue for Kyocera was $10.1 billion. Operating profit $538.7 million, 5.3%, 9 months in. And I think what's really interesting about this, ladies and gentlemen, their operating profit ratio percentage dropped 30%, and they're still at 5.3% as a total company. This is why you got to be able to produce profit consistently. So when you have these hiccups, when you have challenges, guess what? You can still come out respectable with profitability. Congratulations, Kyocera. Let's look at the divisions, and I'm not going to go through all the numbers of all their different divisions. I will tell you this. At Kyocera, we need to do a big clap because every one of your divisions is profitable. And that's quite a thing to be able to say in today's economy, right? But let's just start out really quick. I'll give you the top line of the operating profit, and then we'll dig down deep into the Document Solutions unit. Core Components business, $2.9 billion, top line revenue for the 9 months, operating profit of $307.3 million, 10.5%. Electrical Components business, $1.8 billion, top line revenue, $87.8 million, 5% operating profit. Solutions business, and that's where that Document Solutions unit lives, but that business unit as a whole was $5.5 billion, top line revenue, $317.5 million in operating profit, 5.8%. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to turn on the magic pen because we got to do some kudos here. When you look at the Document Solutions business, top line revenue for the 9 months was $2 billion. $2.2 billion represents 21.8% of the total revenue of Kyocera. And when you look at the operating profit for that group, $193.8 million, 8.8%. Congratulations to all my friends that work at Kyocera. Congratulations, those are great numbers. 8.8% operating profit. And by the way, that operating profit represented 38% of Kyocera's total operating profit. So needless to say, the print business is important to Kyocera. But folks, this is a great example of fiduciary responsibility, of discipline. And some of these other OEMs in the space, Konica Minolta, need to pay attention to this. So ladies and gentlemen, let's dig a little bit deeper. I love this chart here, and I just want to focus on the operating profit section over here. But if you look right here, this is the Document Solutions unit. And if you go back to the first quarter of 2023, ladies and gentlemen, this darker green area here where I'm going to draw my red pen through, these are the operating profits for these quarters: 6.9, 6.4, 8.7, 11.7, 9.0, 10.4, 9.3. Fantastic numbers. No excuses. Just delivering fantastic numbers. Again, congratulations, Kyocera. Look, folks, when people do things that are great, they need to be complimented for it, okay? That's the reality of it. I want to do a comparison between the asset to equity ratio between Kyocera and Konica Minolta. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyocera has $29.2 billion in total assets. Their liabilities are $7.8 billion. Their total equity is $21.4 billion. Their asset to equity ratio is 73.28%. Only 26% of Kyocera's assets are encumbered in any way, right? Compare that to our friends over there at Konica. 62% of their assets are encumbered. Their asset to equity ratio is 38%. And folks, at the end of the day, here's something that's really, really bizarre. If you look at the goodwill portion of assets at Kyocera is $1.9 billion. It's only 7% of their assets. If you look at the goodwill, the intangible assets as part of Konica Minolta, and I said this yesterday in the comparison with Epson, $1.8 billion is 20% of their assets. It's way too damn high. So again, you don't want to do this. What you want to do as an organization is this. You want to maintain the proper financial requirements for sustainability, to remain as an ongoing concern. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to look at this page too, and this is where we talk about the cost of sales and the selling and general administrative expenses. Kyocera, their cost of sales is 71% of their revenue. You compare that to Konica Minolta, who's 57% of revenue. There you are again. Oh, Ray, well, Konica Minolta's doing so much better. They're 57% of the revenue. That's not the number I'm looking at. What I'm looking at is their selling and general expenses. At Kyocera, selling and general expenses is 23% of their revenue, $2.3 million. Ladies and gentlemen, at Konica Minolta, it's 42%. Again, this is what you don't want to do. This is what you want to try to achieve, right? Congratulations, Kyocera. Now I want to show a slide, and ladies and gentlemen, you know what? The industry's in decline. We got an OEM out there that's a People's Republic of China OEM. We all know who that is. It's 9-Star, and they've been banned by the Department of Homeland Security over forced slave labor. We also know that 9-Star owns Lexmark. And we know that Lexmark's been in our marketplace for a while selling A4 products. We also know that Kyocera has a fantastic line of A4 products, A3 products as well. But ladies and gentlemen, just recently we heard Lexmark's, one of their leaders, talking about how they got a new manufacturer, they got a new supplier. Of course, they don't tell us who that is. I don't think we should take a chance that they actually have a new supplier. What I believe we ought to do is fire Lexmark and bring in Kyocera. Does that sound a little bit tough? Well, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 10 months since the Department of Homeland Security banned Lexmark's owners, 9-Star. It's been 10 months that dealers have been trying to figure out how it's not that big of a deal. I believe it's a great deal. It's an important deal. And we need to pay attention to what's going on around us. Kyocera's got the lineup. It's a massive lineup, both A4 and A3. But they got everything you need in that A4 portfolio. And ladies and gentlemen, as the industry continues to consolidate, as the industry continues to be disrupted, it will be those players that, one, have the ability to produce profit and run their companies with fiduciary responsibility that'll win. It won't be the OEMs that run around chasing revenue, piling opportunities on top of opportunities and not delivering on any of the opportunities. It'll be folks that understand that when a marketplace is changing, you better seize the moment. And hopefully my friends at Kyocera will seize the moment, because I think they have a great opportunity to displace Lexmark throughout the world. And everybody watching me knows this: status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.